in today's video, I'm going to try a new type of UV resin, which is this. So this was sent to me by HandCrafter, and it is their new UV LED resin, and it is a hard type. So they sent this to me so that I could try it out. Now, what's different about this compared to the other, or the traditional UV resin, is that you can cure this under a UV LED combination light, commonly used for nails, gel nails, something like this. This one folds open, so it's very small and portable. So this is a UV LED combo nail lamp, and this is the 6-watt. So you don't have to use the big old 36-watt UV light to cure this resin. I mean, you can, but you can also use the UV LED combo light. So what's also different about this formula is that, number one, it cures crystal clear. Number two, it doesn't yellow. So a lot of times with the traditional UV resin, you'll notice that it yellows when you just do a clear piece. So this one doesn't. It cures crystal clear, and it cures a lot faster than the traditional UV resin if you use the UV LED combo light. And they told me that their direct competition is the Padico UV LED resin, which I have here. It's called Hoshino Shizuku, which directly translates to a drop of stars. So I've actually been using this resin for a while now, and this is my favorite UV resin because, number one, it cures fast. Number two, it's very consistent with the curing. It cures perfectly every single time. So that's why I love this resin. But the only drawback is the price, and we'll talk more about it in a bit. But let's go ahead and read the cure time for each one of them because they're different. So for the HandCrafter resin, under a 6-watt UV LED light combo, it takes 1 to 2 minutes. Under a 36-watt UV light, 2 to 4 minutes. Under sunlight on a sunny day, 10 minutes. Under indirect sunlight or on a cloudy day, 30 minutes. Now for the Padico version, now it is in Japanese. So for Padico version, the UV LED light, 6 watts to 9 watts, it takes 30 to 90 seconds. So already Padico cures faster. Under 36-watt UV light, 2 to 4 minutes. Under direct sunlight or on a sunny day, 30 to 90 seconds. Under indirect light or on a cloudy day, 3 to 10 minutes. So already in terms of the cure time, Padico is already better, but we're still gonna try both of these out. Alright, so let's talk about the prices. So for the HandCrafter UV LED resin, it's listed at $8, and I'm not including shipping. And for Padico, depending on where you buy it, the price can range, but it's generally between $16 to $18. So it's definitely a lot more expensive, and this is for a 25-gram bottle. So that is why I don't use a Padico as much as I'd like to because of the price, even though I love it. Also, I'll put the links in the description box where I got the Padico one, and then where you can get the HandCrafter version. Alright, so now we are going to test these resins out. So we're gonna fill these cute cupcake bezels. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so before we work on the cupcakes, I'm going to actually pour a couple of clear pieces so that we can really see the clarity. And I'm gonna pour one in a silicone mold and one in the plastic mold. I'm pouring in the silicone mold just so that I can see the shrinkage, because UV resin is notorious for shrinking. so let's go ahead and move on to the cupcakes. Now I will be speeding up the process because this is not a tutorial or anything like that, but I will say that I will be using both liquid pigments and powder pigments to color the sections of the cupcakes. Alright, so here are the pieces, and the ones on the left are made with the HandCrafter's resin, and the pieces on the right are made from the Padico resin. And I'm actually pleasantly surprised by the results because I was definitely not expecting it. Now, before I talk about the pieces, everything is cured perfectly fine, no stickiness, no tackiness, so both of them cured beautifully. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a closer look. We'll start with the kitty cats, and the kitty cats are the ones that I used the silicone mold because I wanted to see the shrinkage, because UV resin is known for shrinking. And what happens when you use silicone mold is that the resin starts to pull away from the mold as it cures, so it starts to kind of form this ripply, wrinkly texture on the surface. So, as you can see on the right, the Padico cat, let's get that fuzz off, we do see some rippling, wrinkly texture, unfortunately. However, the HandCrafter cat is completely smooth, absolutely none of that texture. So that's what I was surprised, because I wasn't expecting HandCrafter's resin to have little to no shrinkage. So that's a plus for me. And both of these pieces are extremely clear. Now with the pieces that I use the plastic mold, these square pieces here, again, both pieces are very clear and beautifully cured. Now it's hard to tell whether they're shrinked or not because resin won't literally pull away from the mold. It pulls the mold with it, but it's not gonna come off like silicone. So, but the way you can tell is that because it starts to pull as it cures, the surface is gonna start to concave. Can you tell? It's hard to show you guys that. It's just not a good angle. Hope you guys can see, but the Padico resin, or the Padico piece, has a concave, or is concaved. And the HandCrafter one is a little bit concave, but not as bad as the Padico one. Now in terms of the clarity, they cure beautifully, right? They're very clear. And I did want to compare with a different brand of resin, and I'm actually going to sandwich it between the two so you guys can see what I'm talking about in terms of the yellowing. So the one in the middle, I used I'll show you guys in that. Well, I used the, what is it? The Miracle Cool resin. It's the widely used UV resin here in the crafting community, but that's the one in the middle. So as you can see, it does have a yellowish tint to it compared to the two LED or UV LED resin. I'll probably take a picture to better illustrate this because it's kind of hard to see under the harsh studio light, but yeah, so the UV LED resin cures beautifully, very clear, no yellowing, absolutely beautiful. Now as far as the cupcakes, they both cured perfectly fine, no issues there, and they're identical. Both resins took in the pigments very well, both powder and liquid, so they didn't discolor it. But one thing I noticed about the HandCrafter's resin is that it's a little bit runnier compared to the Padico. So I did have a little bit of spillage here, plus I poured a little bit too much, but I did notice that when I was working with that resin. So yeah, I absolutely was very impressed with the HandCrafter's resin, and I'm actually very excited because, you know, it's much more affordable compared to the Padico one, and I was very excited about the low shrinkage or little to no shrinkage. So yeah, I guess that's everything I want to talk about. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please like, and if you are new, consider subscribing. Make sure to have the bell notification turned on so you're notified every time I upload. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you guys have ever used any of these two resins. Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Alright, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!